I-4 eastbound toward Daytona Beach from Altamont Springs exits. My apologies for that noise. My windshield wipers are a little hard. I need to get new wipers. Just thought I'd test out this GoPro a little more. There's the I-4 on I-4 off to our right. A notorious landmark here around Orlando. We'll see how this microphone works. You've got a little bit of warm air blowing up on the window, which I hope doesn't make too much noise. I've got the fan real low. But the GoPro is not it. Just the way my dash is shaped. The spot I had to mount my GoPro in the center is a little bit close to the window, closer than I would like, but that's okay. We'll see how it works. I was worried if I turned the fan up too high that we'll get a little bit too much noise. We'll see how the microphone picks up my voice back here. The express lanes end in a mile or so. I should jump on the express lanes and show the drive into Orlando. Maybe I'll just do a little random driving around this area. Start putting up some videos. Lots of people coming to Florida want to see where they're going. Not sure how this sound will come out, but I need to get a microphone that I can just wear on my shirt back here. Daytona Beach, 42 miles. Get out here cruising around 70, 80 miles an hour. Doesn't take long to get there. And we'll probably see some people doing 90 or 100 because this is I-4. I-4 is certainly a lot better than it was when I moved here. Since the I-4 Ultimate project. I used to always laugh at all the little digital speed limit signs they had up. Everybody knew on I-4 you were either doing 80 miles an hour or you weren't moving at all. Those were like the only two options. So all the 55, 60, 65 stuff, kind of a joke. Every once in a while, see the highway patrol with somebody pulled over on I-4 and I think, man, they must have done something really crazy. Because the main thing around here is just don't interfere with the flow of traffic, you know. I'm doing 70 right now. The police officer that's passing me is probably doing about 80. Oh, that's one of my Winter Park people. Need to see who that is. Maybe they're one of the people that show up at the taco shop on my route every Tuesday for Taco Tuesday special. got my cruise control set on 68 right now. We're just cruising along with the flow of the traffic here. That's about what everybody's doing. As you can see on the other side, this time of day, heading in toward Orlando from all the outlying areas. Once you get down in toward Orlando, it's going to be nice and backed up. And of course, down south around Disney and the theme parks, there's always major backups. If you're heading out of Orlando to the south and west toward Tampa, it's going to be a little crazy. Actually, I think at the end of this month, my wife and I are cruising over to Clearwater, spend a day over at Clearwater Beach. We originally had some plans to get together with one of her old friends or relatives or somebody from the Philippines who's going to be here a couple of days. But I think they ended up, some other friends of theirs from wherever they're at kind of decided they were coming along with them and wanted to do all kinds of different stuff and make their own plans about where they were going. So I don't know if we're going to end up getting together with them or not, so we might have the time to ourselves. I guess we're probably just still going to cruise on over to Clearwater. I'll get some video over there. I've taken a lot of video through the years in different places, and then I've just been so lazy about putting it up. I'm so bad at running a YouTube channel, but I need to. I had so much stuff I could have posted, so many different places. So my goal this year is try and get serious about my YouTube channel. My wife said the other day to me, she's like, see, you accomplished your one goal. Instead of watching other people's YouTube, you started focusing on your own, and now you're getting it monetized. So she says, now the next step is I need to do the same thing with my writing stuff. I was talking about how I was going to go up to Barnes & Noble on my next day off and see about this one book I've been reading a little bit of and see if they still had it. She says, now I just need to focus getting back on my writing. Get back into that. So that's what this year is. I'm going to focus on my YouTube channel. Go to work, make some videos, go on a couple of little trips. I'm not sure if it's going to happen yet or not, but actually my wife and I were thinking about going on another cruise this December, like on our anniversary, for our 10th anniversary. So we'll see. I'm going to be spending a lot of vacation time in the summer, but get a few days off there around our anniversary in December. Get some good cruise video. That used to be my dream when I was a kid. Be a novelist and live on a cruise ship. Have a job where I can just write for a living. And you can do that anywhere, sitting on the deck of a cruise ship or whatever. Passing a mall right now, like the Seminole Town Center. Couldn't really see it there with these walls they've got up here in this part of I-4, but they were just talking on the news this morning that February is when everything's going to be closing there. There's Dick's Sporting Goods in there and stuff. They talk about people selling everything that's in the stores for nice massive discounts. I told my wife we need to run up to Dick's and see if they got any good shoes and stuff or whatever. But I guess the big store that's going in there after they tear it down and rebuild it is going to be a new Costco, which is good because everybody from all the way up here, there's a Sam's Club over here not too far off the highway, but everybody comes down to our Costco in Altamont Springs. You know, you used to see that place is a madhouse, especially on the weekends. And unfortunately, they added some more parking where the gas place used to be at Costco, because they got the property next door where the Golden Corral used to be, and they moved their gas station over there. And they need the parking, because there's nothing crazier than people looking for parking at Costco on a weekend. You take your life in your hand there in the parking lot. But so many people have to go there because they don't have one up here. It's going to be nice if they put a Costco in right here, right in off the highway here in Lake Mary and Sanford, this area. They have one in Winter Park. Neither my wife or I really care for that. I don't know, it just seems strange the way it's laid out and stuff. Every time we go in there, we're just like, this is really strange. The one in Altamont is pretty nice. Okay, here we're going over, I guess, the Lake Apopka. We got the St. Johns River up here. The sky looks kind of nice to me up to the north, or I guess out to the west of me a little bit here. The sun's coming up over on my right side, and over on the left, there's some clouds and stuff. A little bit of color. My screen is dark right now, so I'm not sure how much of that showed up on the GoPro. I've got it set for wide angle. There's a couple of nice boats going the other way. That's the life here in Florida. If you can move here, have a little fishing boat and everything. I may just keep driving here all the way out to Daytona Beach. Dropped my wife off at work. This is my long weekend. My second day off of 4. I don't have any plans at all for the weekend. Barnes & Noble opens at 10 o'clock at the Altamont Springs Mall. Might hang out there with my wife's iPad and work on my novel some. Do some laundry tomorrow. Thinking about maybe going out to Frogger's or somewhere and watch the Steelers game tomorrow night. Might be their last game of the season. I hope not. I would love to see them surprise everybody and defeat the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know, Lamar Jackson has had an absolutely incredible year, but he's had incredible years before during the regular season, and then in the playoffs finds a way to lose. I hope Mike Tomlin can light a fire under his players' butts and get them playing this week. As embarrassing as their performance has been lately, hopefully they're trying to play for some pride at least. Get out there and prove they still got what it takes to be a professional football player. Paying people millions of dollars to catch a little piece of inflated pigskin and play a game. It'd be nice to see them perform when it's time to do it. Kind of a test. Get used to using this GoPro again. It seems to be working quite well with the app and everything. Try and get some good videos up, like I said the other day, or yesterday I guess. Heading out to Oklahoma later this summer, so get some travel videos. Sure what was vibrating. I guess it's just a little bit on my dash. At the velocity I'm going, my truck is vibrating just right, I guess. some videos before of a place called Mi Tierra. There's Mi Tierra, La Hacienda, some nice Mexican restaurants over there. Swab Tactical, a nice little gun shop. Love the guys over there. My Jewish brother Adam, the gunsmith. Great bunch of guys. The luthier that worked on my guitars and put in my pickups for me and stuff and fixed up my acoustic, which I need to do a video of. He had him lower the action on it, put some lighter strings on it. That's the other thing this year I got to do, is get back into my guitar playing. We've got some Malik Bayan boxes sitting around that we need to get sent out to the Philippines. Had them stacked up. When we had our Christmas tree up, we had those all stacked up in front of where my guitar amp was and everything. We need to go get those sent off to the Philippines and get them out of the house and make some room. Maybe get a little room to make some video of some of the stuff on my guitar. See if this guy's going to pull out in front of me here in the Explorer. I know he wants to. Maybe he came off of that on-ramp. But he's going to chill and let me go, I guess. I guess I'll speed up and pass him. Yeah. He just hit his brakes, so I guess he'll jump up behind me now. He's being cautious. Okay. We'll turn this into a driving lesson, a defensive driving. Believe it or not, my wife can't believe it. My driver's license says I'm a safe driver. She's like, yeah, how'd that get on there? Drove a lot of miles before I started with the post office as a tractor trailer all over the country. State Park. I guess I didn't put up the video I shot there the last time. We went out there a little while back. I don't think I posted that stuff. You know, to see the manatees. Had to work the last few days, but earlier this week, supposedly there were like 800 and some manatees out there in Blue Springs. If you're here when the weather's cold, you know, they all come up in out of the ocean and the different canals and stuff, and come up here in these springs in the central part of Florida, because even though the water's cold to us, it's basically like a constant 72 degrees all year round, which is warmer than it is out there, you know, by the ocean and stuff whenever it gets really cold. And even though it seems like that's kind of cold for them, you know, they need that little bit warmer water. It's just a good temperature for them, so they all come up here in these springs anytime the weather's really cold. Little field with some cows in it out there to the left behind the trees. When my wife first came here, actually she's been here 7 years now, December is 7 years, and it had been so dry, everything was so brown, all the trees and everything so brown, and she was like, oh man, it's so yucky looking, you know, but nice to see they're kind of green and stuff right now, not too bad. We'll see how long this GoPro records. I forget how long. From some of the stuff I've read, I think it'll go maybe an hour and a half or so. I'm not sure. I know my one GoPro I had before, I was kind of ticked off at it because I was shooting 4K and it cut it into little chunks, like 11 minutes long or something. I forget what it was. When we were on vacation over in Destin one time, and I was kind of upset with my GoPro software and stuff, and trying to stitch that stuff back together and get it uploaded. I don't know if I ever did upload a lot of that stuff we shot over in Destin and things like that. Crab Island. I'm not using the back screen right now or anything like that, so I can't see what it's recording, so that should be saving the battery pretty good. It's not that far over here to Daytona. My wife's going to be like, man, you went to Daytona Beach without me? I'm not really planning to go all the way out to the beach right now. Though this would be the day for it. It's going to start cooling off again some after today. Lots of stuff over here. New Smyrna Beach, Cocoa Beach, Foreman Beach. Looks like we got the highway patrol off to the left shoulder up here. Must have caught somebody doing 100. Like I said before, I don't know what you have to do to get pulled over by the highway patrol on I-4, but it must be something. Because unless you're doing something suspicious looking, or they're watching you anyways, they don't really seem to care if you drive by 80 miles an hour or whatever. As long as you're going with the flow. Just kind of hang out here. I'm expecting that tractor trailer to come over in this lane once he gets up here to where the police are. Showed up on the video. I saw the police, the lights, but maybe they already went off, or maybe they were going off the exit somewhere. Doubles. Back when I had my commercial driver's license, I had the endorsements to haul doubles and triples and hazardous materials and all that, but I never actually hauled the multiple trailers, which I'm happy about. It can be kind of a little dangerous sometimes. Okay, I don't know where the police went. One thing I should point out, here in Florida, there's the highway patrol sitting right there in the median. So everybody will hit their brakes. But if you have an emergency vehicle like a road ranger, police, or something along the side of the road, if it's safe to do so, you're supposed to move over into the lane away from them, the lane, adjacent to yours, to give them space so they, you don't have to worry about hurting them, running into them, or whatever. But if that's not possible, and you can't really, there's not space to do it, you got people beside you, you're supposed to slow down to like 20 miles an hour under the speed limit and kind of move over as far as you can, kind of, without getting into the other lane and doing something unsafe. I see so many people here who spaz out and try to force their way over in front of other people in the lane next to them and try to cause an accident just because they're paranoid. Oh, I got to pull away from the police so they don't write me a ticket or something. You know, if it's not safe to pull over out of that lane that you're in, just slow down. Don't cut in front of somebody right in front of their bumper and cause an accident while you're supposedly trying to be safe. Actually should be getting pretty close to where I want to go over to Daytona here. You can go all the way over to I-95 and hit I-95 and then go up, but I always take this one other little road that you can get off of and go into Daytona that way instead of going all the way over to 95. But either way is the same. This other road I'm going to go down, we go right under I-95. We're slowing down here for something. We're going to pull over here in this lane. Feels like we're crawling, but we're actually still doing 65 miles an hour, even though it feels like we're sitting still. But pop over in this left lane where the action people are. You will often see memes and stuff on Facebook explaining to people that this left-hand lane is for passing. The right-hand lane is for the tourists who don't know where they're going. Don't be sitting out here in this left-hand lane crawling around when there are people on your ass trying to go somewhere. Everybody wants to play like Junior G-Man and traffic control or whatever. And they think, well, I'm doing 70 miles an hour, so I'll just sit here. Okay, here we go. This is what we're looking for. 92 East, Daytona Beach, exit 129. LPGA exit 260. I-95 is 4 miles from here. Coming up over the trees. So exit 129, 92 east. Got some orange barrels. Hopefully that's not indicative of any kind of construction anywhere. Last time we came through here, there was some kind of a bike race or something going on. Let's carve this corner. Oh. They had a bunch of orange cones and stuff set up back here. But I guess we got here just as it was kind of ending, so... Daytona Beach. 143 acres for sale there. If you got a bunch of millions of dollars you don't know what to do with and you want to put up yet another housing development or some shit like that here and choke out nature, you can get 143 acres. I wish I could take this GoPro, go back in time to when I was a kid, late 60s, throughout the 70s, early 80s and stuff. Down here in Florida, the way things used to be. Over in Ocala and stuff where we used to hang out, compared to what it is now, wow. Back before a lot of the orange groves were all destroyed, or different place. RV park. Like I say, we'll just cross under I-95 up here in another couple of miles. If you're down here in Florida and you're looking for a super cool place to buy a gun or go shooting, there's a really nice range and firearms store up here. Okay, yeah, half a mile to I-95. I think it's Volusia Top Gun over here on the right. Up here at this intersection. We've never actually gone shooting there. We have a membership at Shoot Street, you know, back in Castleberry and Apopka and stuff, right there close to where we live. But it would be nice to come out here sometime and try out this range. Don't know how well it's showing up on the camera over there, but over where those cars are hooking around, and there's a little overpass there. Back in off to the right, they have a flea market there on the weekends. And this is where the traffic starts. So we'll drive on in here a little ways. Maybe up toward where the raceway is and stuff like that, if somebody's interested in that, perhaps. Sorry, we're not moving. I could do some interesting talking about the Philippines and stuff, I guess, but this is just a little traveling around Florida video. I did mention in February I'm going to be coming up to do some work here at the post office in Daytona Beach. So this is about how long it would take me to drive up here. Of course, when I come up here, I'll be coming up a little earlier. I have to be up here before the carriers start work, so won't be as much traffic getting up here, you know, like an hour and a half earlier than this. I dropped my wife off at work at like 7 o'clock. This asshole's going to cut right in front of me and get on 95. Dropped my wife off around 7. Took a couple minutes to set up my GoPro and stuff, and now it's 7:46 right now, so 40-45 minutes from where I live. You're in Daytona Beach, you know, so it's not bad. You live there on the north side of Orlando. It's not that far to get into Orlando and all the attractions and stuff. Disney is a little bit further down on the south side of town, but getting to SeaWorld and Universal is pretty quick. And different malls and all kinds of shops and outlets and everything. And yet, you can jump on I-4 and less than an hour later you're at world famous Daytona Beach, you know? Not a bad place to live. I'm planning to head on over to the Philippines when I retire, but I love Florida. Main reason I'm going to the Philippines, you know, is because I'm married to somebody from there and we have our family and everything over there. Built a house there a couple years ago and all that. And I do love the Philippines. You know, but if all that stuff hadn't come into my life, I'd be quite content to hang out here in Florida. And over here you see the Daytona International Speedway on the right. So if you want to come out and check out the racetrack, looks like they're having a boat show this weekend. All kinds of boats, hundreds and hundreds of boats there. Yeah, they're having a boat show this weekend. Some nice boats. See, that was my original dream in life. Move down here, have a nice offshore fishing boat, go out and catch some grouper and shit, you know. But now I'm headed off to another tropical destination. Costs some money to live here in Florida these days, you know, but yeah, it's not like the old days when you could just be an old person, get your social security check and move into some little, you know, 55 plus community here in Florida, a cheap little house, and live out your days without having to spend a huge amount of money. Daytona Beach. I'm not going to drive all the way over to the beach today, just because I gotta go back home and do stuff. Not that I have anything important to do, but there's no need to make this video super long. Go up here and find the Starbucks and get something to drink and then head back home. I don't want to make this video too crazy long. We can always do the actual beach itself as a separate thing. But you can see now, it's not that far. We're coming out of Orlando to go to Daytona Beach. This is the unedited drive to get over here. Be interesting to see what I need to do to upload this to YouTube. If I need to download it to my computer and let my computer work on it through the Wi-Fi at home. I don't know how long it would take to do it if I save it to my phone and try to upload it. Yeah. Sometimes it's crazy though with my phone. It uploads stuff super fast as long as you've got 4 bars. Other times, I'll put stuff on my computer at home and try to upload. That stuff takes hours. It's crazy. This person wants to squeeze in front of me so bad. Sorry, buddy. Ain't happening. You got to be like that here in Florida. Got to fight for your right to have your lane. For the purposes of this video, see, I'm trying to be a good, safe driver, like my driver's license says. Make my wife proud. I'm nowhere near as crazy as I was in my younger days. So. Looks like the Egyptian Bar and Grill over here to the left is gone. Sporty's Car Wash is coming now. I assume they'll tear down this building because it doesn't look like it'll function much as a car wash. I'm trying to remember exactly where my Starbucks is. Right over here. Cut right in here. If you're driving up and you want to find a Starbucks, here we are, right here. I think I need to go around the back to get through. Here's the Starbucks drive-through. Side. Monkey's Tobacco too. Oops. I unscrewed the base, and as soon as it loosened up, it fell forward. Sorry about that. Yep, so here we are in Daytona Beach, looking at my battery level here. Down, showing orange. Pretty good though. Had my GoPro running for almost an hour now. Tiny bit warm, but doesn't feel too hot. So that's good. And here we are in Daytona Beach. Like I say, it's less than an hour drive from the north part of Orlando. So if you come down here to Orlando and you're wondering, that's the drive to get here. And when you get here, you can stop here at Starbucks. So thanks for watching. If you're still here, you could fast forward through the boring parts, of course. Have a good one.